Hey everybody, welcome back again. We are back for another week of Cincy game hunting, and we're going to start this week off on the west side at a St. Vincent de Paul. And I think as I was driving up that the sign said that games are 50% off today. So fingers crossed, let's see what we get. All right, we got 3 games, and they ended up costing me about $3.50 combined. Awesome. 2 Xbox 360 games. The first one was Grand Theft Auto 5. Like I said, 50% off of $2, of course, is $1. So $1 for Grand Theft Auto 5. I have this on PS4, so I'm mainly just bought this because I can flip this to GameStop for like $7 or $8. And yeah, pay $1, make $8. I'm down with that. And we also picked up on the 360 Star Wars The Force Unleashed 2. Once again, $1 for this game. Pretty sweet. I believe I might have this one as well, but I didn't see it in my collection list, so I may not. So pretty awesome to pick that up for cheap. But the best of all, NCAA football 10. Now, you wouldn't think this was anything special because the last football game was in 14. Well, the last NCAA on PSP is from 2010. So this ended up being $1.50 after the 50% off deal. And yeah, the last NCAA football on PSP, which goes for around $25 to $30 on any given day. So that was an awesome pickup. I've been looking for this game for a while. I have not been able to find it, and I saw it sitting on that rack, and I was like, I could not grab it fast enough. Pretty sweet. Anyway, guys, gotta love 50% off days to start a week. Let's see what we get the rest of the week. All right, there was not a lot in there. When I walked over to the video game section, there was the typical every game that I've been seeing there for the last year, and nothing really catching my eye. And I turned around to where the DVDs are, and they had a bunch of 360 games just stacked on top of the bookcase. So I went over there and grabbed a couple of them. Unfortunately, a lot of them were scratched up pretty good, so we only picked up one game, Fight Night Round 4, and the drawing point for this was the fact that Tyson was on the front of it. And I'm kind of excited to try and play as Mike Tyson instead of me getting my butt kicked by him as Little Mac. So, yeah, $3 for this. Usually games there are $4.50, but she charged me $3 flat for it, so that was pretty awesome. And yeah, game's in perfect condition. It goes for around $12, $13 depending. And don't have it in the collection, so pretty sweet. All right, so I was passing by a Walmart that I don't really go to that often, and I hadn't hit this one up yet in the other video where I was going to all the Walmarts. So I figured, hey, why not? Sneak in there real quick and see what we find. We got about 5 games, and 3 of them are the same game. So, if you remember right, we picked up Strange Brigade for $1 not too long ago. I found 3 more copies of it for $1 a piece. So we're going to use these for trade and maybe even sell one on eBay. I don't know, but for $1, I'm not passing that up. Gotta love that. 3 copies of Strange Brigade on the PS4. We also got on the Switch the Lego Ninjago game from the movie, I believe. Ended up being $9. This game usually goes for over 20 bucks, so that's pretty sweet. And one more Switch game, Fire Emblem Warriors. Ended up being $11. This game usually goes for 25. So Switch games, heck, any game at Walmart right now in clearance is a great deal. So take a look. You never know what you're going to find until you go out and look. So luckily I was a service representative that was able to help me scan some stuff, because there was a lot of this stuff was unscannable. Like there was no tags, or there was no way to look behind the game to scan it. So she was very nice, and she was able to help me scan a couple games and see what I could find. All right, we found some games at Goodwill, and this Goodwill, honestly, I have not found a lot at recently. So I was stoked when I saw a bunch of games in the case. There wasn't a ton of good stuff in there, but we did find 2 games. One of them is actually just an upgrade for the game that I have, because the case that I have for the game is kind of all tore up. And the other one is a game that I found that I was surprised to find. So first of all, the replacement, Nintendo Land on the Wii U. I have this game, but my case is like pretty banged up, so this is definitely going to be an upgrade. And the disc is in immaculate condition, has the instruction booklet and everything, so it's a complete copy. Pretty stoked to get that for $3. And here's the other one I found, Roller Coaster Tycoon. This game actually goes for like 17, 18 bucks. So yeah, I had never played it before, and it looks like a SimCity game for building a theme park. So yeah, pretty stoked about trying that one out. And like I said, paid $3, and it's worth like 17, 18 bucks. So Xbox games usually aren't worth all that much, especially the OG Xbox games. So when you find one that's actually worth something, it's pretty cool. And yeah, move on to the next. All right, not a bad little stop at St. Vincent de Paul. We ended up picking up a couple games, and we also picked up a Wii power cord for $2. So anytime I can find these power bricks for super cheap, I always pick them up. Usually when I find Wii's, I end up finding just the system itself and not the cords with it. So anytime I can find the system separately for like $5 to $10, and I already have the cords for it, I can actually make a good chunk of money off of that. And usually I don't even sell them. I usually just trade them into game stores, and I usually get like $30 in trade for them. So totally worth it. I've got an extra power cable and two AV cables at the house and a couple of sensor bars. So I'm just waiting on two loose Wii's to complete those, and I can trade those in and get some good trade credit out of them. We also got two games. We got Pirates of the Caribbean, the Lego game. Don't have this one yet. This is one of the few Lego games that I don't have. Ended up being $5. It goes for $13 or $14. Not a bad little deal. We also got Rapala Pro Bass Fishing. Now you might laugh at this a little bit because why would you pay $5 for a fishing game? This game actually goes for like $17, $18. So, I mean, I've never played a fishing game on the PlayStation, so I'm willing to try it out once. And yeah, it's only $5. Not a bad little deal, especially when it's worth close to $20. So, sweet. You also noticed that we did see some Wii nunchucks in there. They wanted $4 a piece for them. They didn't have any Wii motes to go with them, but I I only buy nunchucks when I find them for cheap, like $1 or $2. And yeah, if I need them, I'll grab them for $4. But I find them for $4 and $5 all the time. And I usually can catch them for $2 once in a while. So I just kind of hold out until I can get them for cheap like that. But not a bad little stop, and we'll keep it on going. All right, we did pick up one game at that Goodwill, and you're gonna laugh a little bit when you see it. Just Dance 2019. I am definitely not a Just Dance player, but this game goes for like $30, brand new, and it's a sealed copy. So it even goes for like $25 used. So definitely worth a grab. $3 was all it cost, and I'll be able to flip it for like $25, $30. So I'll do that every day of the week. And like you said, I'm not a big reseller, but I find something that's that cheap for that's worth that much on eBay, and I will grab it, and it'll help keep the hunting going. All right, we stepped into that West Side thrift store that we found that one time, and we didn't see any games today, but I did see a 360 controller. It was the Camo 360 controller. Now the sticks, are missing some of the rubber, so it's not in perfect condition, but she only charged me $3 for it. So that's a pretty sweet deal. I mean, I always like to find new 360 controllers that I can have for my collection. And yeah, picking this up for $3. I'll do that every day of the week. All right, there were no games that I could find worth a darn in that St. Vincent, but they did have 2 controllers. And this is the second time that I found a PlayStation Move controller at that same St. Vincent de Paul. These things, the first time I found it, I traded into GameStop for like 20 bucks. This time, I just looked it up. They're giving like $28 for trade right now for these. So yeah, this will be a quick flip. I bought it for $5, and I'm gonna send it right over to GameStop and get some free games with it. We also picked up a PlayStation 1 controller. I don't actually have any PS1s right now, but I've got all the cords that go with them. I just don't have any controllers. So when I do find a loose one, which happens fairly often for dirt cheap, they're going for around 40, 45 bucks right now. So I can probably flip that over to a game store for a good chunk of change. So yeah, this is only $3, so why not? All right, so there wasn't a ton at my local Walmart today. I scanned through a couple games and didn't really find anything on sale, so the only thing I picked up was a Link's Awakening Amiibo. It's only $4, so that was pretty sweet. Don't really have too many Amiibos, and I don't really use them for what they're supposed to be for. I just kind of use them to decorate the room with, but yeah, $4, can't complain about that. That's probably gonna wrap it up this week, guys. Thanks again for coming out. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and yeah, stay safe out there. Until next time, keep hunting.